Hello students, today we are going to see the modal verb, okay. So first we going with what is modal verb and examples as well as the exercise. So let us start this chapter. So what is a modal verb? The modal verb gives more meaning to the main verb, okay, and cannot stand alone. The modal verbs cannot be stand alone. It is always support the actions, and the modal verbs also starting with the first verb, okay. So for first verb also helping the verbs or the auxiliary verb, that is we use to communicate a specific message. So for example, like I can give he can, so it is not the complete sentence. The models use the can, isn't it? And it is not a complete sentence, okay. He can, so what it mean that? So let me put into that another one form. He can swim, that means it is complete sentence. He can swim, it's supporting the model, supporting the verb is swim, isn't it? The actions that is going to take place to supporting the swim, okay. And it supports the main verb, okay. It's a main verb, and now it is a complete sentence, okay. We can see that now it is a complete sentence. So he can swim, that is a models, or the we can say models or modal auxiliary verbs, okay. And the modal verb are defective verbs, okay. Defective modal verbs are defective verbs, as they know. So used for the third person singular, okay. That is used, and the modals do not have any inflection, and they do not change with the change in the subject, tense, voices or number. For example, I play, isn't it? That it can be changed into he plays, isn't it? I play, he plays, okay. And that it is one. The modals do not have any inflection, okay. And I can play, we can say that I can play. So I can play, he can play, isn't it? Changing the words. So I play, he play. So we are seeing the modal verbs. The singular form is I can play or he can play, okay. That is again is a modal verb here and is used, and they have no ring and ed form, okay. Either they have or ing form or the ed forms are then used. I played, isn't it? We are using the played, but when we come to the modal canning or can, we are not using this ing form. That please remember on your mind that we are not using this kind of terms or ing or ed form, okay, in the modals verb. And the modal verbs, okay, modal verbs. Now we are going to see what are the modal verbs. There's a can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to, okay. These are the modal verbs, okay. Modal verbs, I think you have learned from the can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to. These are the modal verbs. There are 10 modal verbs are there, okay. Modal verbs, and the modal verbs, how it is used, okay. You should understand that the modal verbs are helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs, and the certainty or the possibility, how to use the possibility or the ability or the permission or the request or offer or offers. These models are used for this kind of terms, for the abilities. For example, now we can deal with the certainty, okay. Certainty we used for the certainty. What are the which are models? It is snowing, so it must be very cold. The must, isn't it? Using the certainty for the must. The model is used for the must, so it will be very cold outside. And you come to the possibility, okay. Possibility, how what is going to happen in the future, okay. That you should keep in mind the possibility for that. And for example, like it might rain today. It might rain today. So the might can be the possibility. It might rain today. Can be rain going to. It can't be Akita's coat. It's too tight, okay. That is called the possibility that it can be rain today. So you got to go to rain today, we can say that. And the ability to see, now we are going to see the ability. So he can write with the both hands, textbook, and the can or could we can use for that, for the could not, okay. Cannot or could not. So I can't play cricket because of my ill health. So I can't play cricket because I don't have the ability to do that, okay. I don't have the ability to see my health and getting the permission. So the permission we are using often for to get a permission from the teacher or the students or to parents. I may ask you a question. The teacher may say that may I ask you a question. Ask you using the words may or can I switch on the television? Okay, can I switch on the television? So asking question that getting a permission from someone else. You may go to dinner tonight. You may, so using the word, okay, may or could or can or could or may, okay. And the another one is request or offer, okay. For your guys understand the requesting order. Could I have some milk, please? Could I have some milk, please? Okay, could I have some milk, please? And could you like to some help? Could you like to offering to something else, or asking a request, using the words like that. And we should remember that modals are the helping verbs or auxiliary verbs that we use to communicate a specific message. They express the modality. And the exercises, okay, I would like to give some of the exercises, okay. Please remember and keep in mind that identify the modal verbs and meaning or expression, okay. Identify the modal verbs, and some of the exercises are given on your textbook. Please go to that. Could I leave early today, please? And the children must have to their homework. I can't drive. So please identify the verbs and the modals for that. And let us revise what we have studied, okay. Let us revise on the first one. We are seeing the modals and give the more meaning to the main verb, as well as cannot stand alone, and the modal verb was given support the verb. For example, like he can, it is not a complete sentence. When you complete sentence, he can swim, that is what is meant, okay. He can swim, so to make a complete sentence. And what are the modal verbs we are seeing about the 10 modal verbs are there. And play to use, you are not using the models for the ing form. We are not using for the verbs for the ing form, ing for the ed form, ed, okay. And what are the models? There are 10 models we are seeing: can, could, may, might, will, do, shall, should, must, ought to. Isn't these things are we are seeing in the making a sentence? And how it is used? The use is also in certainty and the possibility and ability, permission and request or offers, or when your offers, okay. And we are dealing with the each and the certainty, we are dealing with that. And we give the exercises. Finally we have seen the exercises. Identify the modal verbs, the meaning expression. Could I leave